Welcome back to Worth the Effort Woodworking. As in today's video, you're joining me on my annual pilgrimage to Waco, Texas for the Southwest Area Turners Association, SWAT, the second largest woodturning symposium in the nation, and something that I've just hammered time and time again is probably the most value-packed, budget-friendly. If you can do it in a one-day visit, it's a 3-day event. So if you're having to get hotels and stuff like that, the budget does go up. But just driving out, visiting the place, going through the instant gallery and the vendors area with all the cool new tools and demonstrations, that kind of stuff, is all free. If you want to, which I've managed to wrangle this year, one for myself, you can get a one-day pass so that you can go to any of I think it's 4 different brackets of courses, and each bracket has like 6 or 7 different options of classes you can take from instructors from all over the world. They really do bring the best of the best here. But whenever I come here, my favorite place to visit, and I tried to take one of those brackets and skip a class and just spend my time in here where it's nice and quiet, is the instant gallery. And this is where people come to show off their best work of the year. And every year it seems to me that the artists and the fine craftsmen and the amateurs do so much better work than I do, that I get inspiration from it, because they can spend an infinite amount of time developing skills, developing techniques, developing applications for those different techniques that I didn't even think of, because they don't have to worry about making a living out of this kind of stuff. I'm trying to batch this stuff out to sell. So come along with me, and I like to take one quick lap through, and I'm going to do that to you. And I think that's very important, because you want to see what grabs your attention. Because if you're in a gallery or something like that, it's the stuff that grabs your attention that you'll examine more and you consider buying. You first have to be grabbed before you will examine it. And then I'll go through and I'll pick out some of the pieces that I think are just truly exquisite and explain why. So come along for a quick tour of the instant gallery. First session of the day. It's about 8 o'clock. I've been up since 4 o'clock, so I'm a bit tired. But yeah, let's see what we got this year. I will say that it looks like this year, the turnout for the entries into this instant gallery, a lot more. I'm kind of excited. I mean, seriously, this year they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 rows, and normally a few of these rows are taken up by Beads of Courage, but they're doing something different now. So all these are pretty much artists representation, so it could be twice as many. So let's take a quick look. Now again, the whole idea here is you want to find stuff that just grabs your attention right off the get-go. So I'm just taking a quick pass and showing you everything that we see out there, and you tell me what jumps out at you. I really like that piece of wood right there coming through. I've seen this gentleman's work in the past, and I still don't figure out how he does it without burning stuff, but it's really cool. Ooh, that jumped out at me. Oh, look at that. Coming through. Again, in a gallery or something like that, only the stuff that jumps out is going to get a second glance. There's some miniatures are kind of nice. It's the people, the discerning artists, the buyers, that are going to dive deep and really examine the intricate stuff. A lot of times it's overlooked at that first glance, which is a disappointment, but that's just how life is. Ooh, some nice segmentation. I like how you kind of combine those two real quickly. I like the integration of glass in those. That's kind of nice. Oh, the use of grain popped on that one with me. Coming through. I want to do stuff like that in the future. Oh, I like that video. Coming along. And again, towards the end, I will go through and pick out a few pieces that I really like and just dive deep into them. Oh, look at that lamp in the background right there. That's kind of cool. I like the use of colors on those. Ooh, the finish on this teapot, I guess. That jumps out at me. I just don't have the patience for these. And look at the corners. Oh, that's kind of cool. That's different. Ooh, a box. Those are hard to do. Coming through. Oh, I like the carving on that one right there. The chip carving, I like. Symmetrical carvings. Coming through. Look at these. I honestly don't know how people do this kind of work. It just boggles my mind, especially when you look at the grain. Because they're all segments, if you can see that. Let's come take a closer look at that later on. Ooh, I like that. Come on. Oh, now this is just somebody showing off, isn't it? Through. Always like little boxes. And the basket weave effect. Pretty cool. I like that shape. That shape jumped out at me. Coming through. I like how balanced that set of bowls are. More kind of sparkly stuff in the middle of these inside-out ornamentations. That jumps out at you, doesn't it? I like how you turn these into fruits. This jumped out at me at a distance. A vase in a vase, that's kind of a cool concept. And I would really like to get into more of these jewelries. They sell and they package well for shows. That's what I like about it, because you can put a lot of inventory on a small amount of space. Ooh, I like the wood on that one. That is pretty. And this is the raffle table. This is where people donate stuff to be raffled off in the 3-for-1. Kind of stuff you can win on the last dinner of the event. I think it's the last dinner. I'm generally not here for that. That's kind of cool looking. Coming through. There. Ooh, intricate carving on some eggs. So there you go, a quick overview of all the pieces that came in here. You tell me down in the comments which ones jumped out at you, and later on in the video when I come back in here and really dive deep into a few of my favorite pieces, or at least the ones that intrigue me. Not necessarily the ones I think are the best in the show, but the ones that had elements that I really find interesting. But before that one, sit out in the vendor area, look at some of the new tools, maybe talk to some of the vendors. Also, because I got a ticket this year, I can go to some of the classes, so we'll get snippets of that too.
Hey, I'm Trent Bosch, and we're here at the SWAT Symposium in Texas, 2025. I make a lot of tools for hollowing and then a lot of specialty tools for turners, depending on what they're up to. A couple of new tools that we have are I'm making tool rests, and one of the special sort of designs we have on these particular ones is kind of an asymmetric design. So rather than the post being in the center like it is on a traditional tool rest, this is offset a little bit, which allows that one side of that tool rest to kind of get into the bowl a lot better. And
I like the lock. I like that lock.
And the collar on there makes it easy to set the height. I just usually set it to the biggest tool I'm using, and then I just bring it up and down a little bit rather than having to adjust the whole thing. Calipers are also new for us. We got some calipers for bowls and also some golden mean calipers which help you with proportions. And then continuing on some more hollowing type stuff. And if you're not at SWAT or one of these regional symposiums, you're really missing out, because it's a lot of fun to come to these. So,
what's your website?
TrentBoschTools.com.
Hope everybody's doing well. We're here at SWAT again this year. It is another fantastic show. There's so many great vendors here, and everybody showed up. It's a lot of fun. So we have a couple new products for Niles, and I will take you down this way and show you where they're at. So we came out with the ice picks a couple months ago, so those are new for us. And then just a couple weeks ago, came out with the decorative loops. So those are for keychains, and if you want to hang like your bottle opener, or little loops for doing Christmas ornaments, all good. Hope you stop by. All right.
What's your website?
Website, nilesbottlestoppers.com.
Okay.
All right.
Good morning. I'm Noah Peters with Reforged Wood. I'm a small business based out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. We specialize in roughed out bulb lengths. So what we have here is we've got walnut, quite a bit of elm, sycamore. We've got oak, silver maple, box elder, and pecan. And all of these items have been dried, either air dried or kiln dried, to about 10 to 12%. And they are ready to be finished. I sell them here at different symposiums. I travel around when I can. I am also getting ready to have them available on my website at reforgedwood.com.
Hello everybody, Doug Dixon with Easy Wood Tools. Just want to give you a quick shout out about what our products are here. Mostly turning tools, but one of our favorite products for folks is our Yorkshire Grit Original. You sand to about 240 on that, and then it goes to about 1,000 finish on the outside of it. And then you'll switch over to the Yorkshire Grit Microfine, and then that should take you to about a 2,000 finish. So just 2 easy steps. Next thing you know, you've got 2 beautiful products, beautiful finishes on it.
Hi, I'm DJ with Mullet Tools. We're introducing 2 new products here at the show. The first is the 4-inch boom arm that has articulating pivots that rotate 360 degrees and allow you to position this dust hood wherever you're working, where you can't naturally already get some hose connected to pull away the debris. So whether it's lathe work, it's power carving, it's band saws, anything where you can't get that dust collection right where you need it. So that's debuting here at the show. In addition, we have our new fits-all hose kit. It comes with 10 feet of hose, rotating couplers, and 8 bushings that are guaranteed to fit all the power tools out there, from the small little sanders all the way up to 2.5 inches, which is typical for a table saw, a planer, something a little bit larger as well. But if something in the kit doesn't fit, we will 3D print for free a custom bushing to fit even those oddest shaped sizes of dust ports out there.
Hey everyone, Dan from Stainless Bottle Stoppers here at SWAT again this year. We are in our same spot as usual, right here on the corner. Favorite spot right next to Turner's Warehouse. But we have our typical products, our stoppers, our blanks, the mandrels. But this year we featuring our new product that we came out earlier this year is we got our Made in USA collet chucks. So if you're doing pens, kitless pens, ring mandrels, you name it, that's where you're going to want right there, Made in USA.
Okay, hey, good morning. So Brent from Robust Tools here. We got some new products. We've come out with a vacuum chucking system. You can buy a complete kit. We've got the pump, we've got vacuum chucks, we've got the hardware kit, everything you need for installing a vacuum system on your lathe. Complete kit, nothing else needed to make that happen. And the big news is we're coming out with a coring system. I just have a prototype here, but you'll be able to see this in a few months on our website. And it's a single blade design. There's no extra piece that you have to slide in like you do with the one-way system. It's all one thing. There's going to be 4 different knives. This is the 3rd biggest one. You'll clamp this piece to your lathe, and then when you want to change knife sizes, sure it's got a fight with me right now. You just take out this assembly and change your knife. So this is the 14-inch knife. We cut this blank out with it.
Cool. What's your website?
www.turnrobust.com.
Cool.
Okay, thanks so much.
Michael here with Collins Sound Woods. Our new product this year is that dichlorium. This is the dichlorium material. We put it on a tube for you. And then you slip this tube into the blank, hit it with UV resin. It's a thick viscosity UV resin. Put it under the UV light. 2 minutes later, you're ready to turn your pen. So we have several different styles here to choose from. We have the sea turtle and the hearts and the dolphins and the phoenix. We have Cocapelli. It's a new product for us this year. Everything comes with the kit, including the pen components. And we have that for $35.
What's your website?
The website is Calinchan Woods Incorporated.
Yeah. How long were you there?
Right here.
Hi, I'm Lyle Jameson. Welcome to Waco, Texas. We have a booth here that we deal with usually hollowing and hollow form turning, and my system is developed to do that and turn the inside out of vessels. And so there's two misconceptions of doing hollow form turning. With when you get into a vessel, you have to stick a tool inside to hollow it out, and it used to be very hard work, and it used to take a long time to learn how to do it, and that's all gone now. You just see my fingertips and make a cut. Simple, easy, accurate, can't get aggressive or dangerous at all once it's set up correctly. You can't get any catches, and it makes turning a lot more fun and easier.
What's your website?
It's LyleJameson.com. Yep, just my name.
Hi, Sean, and hi, Worth the Effort gang. Jason here with the Stuart Batty Tools booth here at SWAT 2025. Just wanted to run through some of the things that we're really excited about and have brought it to this show for the very first time. We're offering a thicker laminated skew. Here's our old skew, here's our new skew. We're going to offer both, but for a little bit of flexibility, we're offering the thicker skews. Moving down this way, we're really excited about some of the new shapes that we're offering with the negative work scrapers. We have now a 3-inch straight domed. You can have either the domed or the straight, and as you see on the blade itself, we're offering these in a 15V, which is the most durable steel edge retention blade that's made. You can't get any better than that. We also have new our spindle roughing gouges. This is a 2 1/4 spindle roughing gouge, laminated 15V, really long edge retention life on these. So that's what we're really excited to show the SWAT gang this year, and hopefully you found all this interesting, and we'll see you next time.
Good morning, I'm Peter Cooper from Peak Safety. The most popular product we have for the wood turners is the Power Cap respirator. We have over 5,500 amongst wood turners and woodworking hobbyists now. And more recently we've introduced another product, which is the Cool Air system, a belt mounted system, but price point is under $500, maximum impact protection from the head and the equivalent of an N95 respirator, 0.3 microns at 95% efficiency. Happy to talk to you about products. Give us a call if you need anything. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jeremiah. I'm with the school here. We make, this is the 11-day workbench class. We've got the dovetails here, they're houndstooth, and then we've got the 6-day rocking chair class here, and we've got the 12-day Brazos rocking chair, and you can come to the school. It's about 10 minutes away, and you can do whatever.
10 minutes from where?
From right here.
Where's here?
Waco.
And you know the website that people need to go to?
HeritageWoodSchool.com. So.
Okay. We'll see you there.
Hey guys, I'm Katie Stoffel here with Tim Yoder's booth, Woodturning with Tim. He's got some really cool tools here. We have some angle gauges, some rulers that are really great for everyday daily use in the wood shop and stuff. We've got some good speed centers right here that are great for finding the center of just square and round objects and stuff. One of my favorites is definitely this wood turning angle gauge right here. It's pretty sweet because you can measure the angle of the external angle of your tools, and it has the description on there as well, which is really sweet. Most of these that you can kind of find or use a protractor, they definitely don't have this terminology, so it's great for anybody from a beginner to an advanced right here. We also have down here our hollowing system, the elbow tool. This, of course, is Tim's big option stuff, or big tool. And what's really sweet about this is just how easy it is to operate, really with just one hand here and one hand on the back side. And you can go to hollowing mini vases and hollow forms of all. Also, it has a nice little laser here. Once you reach over that and that laser disappears, you better stop, because if not, you might be ducking in your wood shop, so we don't want to be doing any of that. But it's a great little option and stuff for anybody from the beginner to the advanced. If you have any questions for Tim, you can definitely get a hold of him at this phone number or on his website, so be sure to check that out.
Hey everybody, I'm Mike Mahoney here with Carter & Son Toolworks. You guys wanted to know about my hollowing tool here. This is it. This is the arm brace here. I'll talk about that here in a second. We have a gooseneck tool here. Basically, the tool rest goes from here back. If you put it here, you're going to get a little torque. You don't want that, but if you're here, you're not going to get any torque. This is our little teardrop. That's going to smooth out the interior. This one here can be put onto this one if you need it. This is our straight bar. This is a much more aggressive cutter. Now, what this does is when you're scraping on the inside of a hollow form, whatever distance you have here, without the arm brace, you need 10 times behind that for leverage. The arm brace takes that away, so you're going to get a lot more strength in hollowing. Yep, there you go. That's all it is. And other than that, Carter & Sons made it look beautiful.
Are those tips sharpenable?
Oh yeah, this little jig here, you put the tool in here and you can just grind it away and make it sharp again.
I'm Kirk here. I'm here with Carter & Son Tools, and I'm pleased to announce the new Pioneer gouge. So this is a bowl gouge with a very wide open flute, so it cuts cleaner than anything else I've worked with, something I've been able to work with them on. And thank you.
Hey guys, it's Paul here at Carter & Son Toolworks. Couple more products that we have that were just released during SWAT. We have a wooden handle adapter here. So if you like the interchangeability that comes with the Carter & Son aluminum handles, then now you can build your own handle. It's got a built-in ferrule. We're really happy with this design and how it came out. Kind of best of both worlds. Over here to the left, we've now got a complete line of beading tools as well. So 1/8 all the way up to 1/2 inch. They're machined flat at the top for extra stability, and they're really beefy, even the smallest tools, so you got a lot of chatter reducing aspects with that setup there. Thanks guys.
Hello everyone. There's the camera right there, right? Hello everyone. I'm Cindy Drozda, and I'm here at SWAT and having a great time. This is the most fun wood turning symposium out there. And here's my booth here. I'm a trade show vendor, and I make tools and other accessories for wood turners. I think my best product is this light, which is, oh, that'll blind your eyes there. It's a lot of lumens for the size, and what it does is you put it on the tool rest with magnets, and you can see right into the inside of your box while you're working. Thank you very much. My website is cindydrozda.com, and I have such a unique name that if you just type in Cindy Woodturning in Google, you'll find me. So I'm not hard to find.
Hi everybody, I'm Todd Raines from Woodturning Tool Store, woodturningtoolstore.com. You can find us on the internet. We're here at SWAT. Too bad you couldn't make it, because there's a lot of great stuff here. We've got sharpening tools, gouges from Robust and Carter & Son, Jimmy Clue's Mate Tools, Cindy's Lights, our own Todd Raines Tool brand of handles and toolbars and cutters, Elio drives, which we kind of sold out, which is good news. We got this three-way project from Cindy and Emma Cook and myself, Cindy Drozda. So that was fun to do. We brought that to show. We added Axminster chucks and drive and live centers to our product catalog this year. So check out woodturningtoolstore.com. You can find all of that there. And wishing everybody a good, happy day. Happy turning.
Hello, I'm Ken from Branches to Bowls. We're based out of Calgary, Alberta. We are the Vicmark lathe and accessories dealers. We carry all the lathes, and then there's VL240, the VL300, the VL150, which is right here. And then we carry their chucks, the 150, the 100, the 120, and we carry a full range of their jaw sets, and then all of their other accessories, live centers, drive dogs, vacuum, their full line of product that we carry. We do ship all through North America, Canada, and the US. We're not having any issues crossing the border, and we'd be happy to hear from you.
What's your website?
And our website is branchestobowls.com.
Hi, I'm Ken Rizza with Woodturners Wonders. We are well known in the industry for all our creative and inventive products, proprietary products, things that we've invented. This is our new hollowing system that works really good. It works with a TV monitor so that you can actually see inside where your cutter is going just by following the dot on the TV monitor. It's a proprietary system that we developed, and it'll fit any size lathe from a 10-inch lathe to a 25-inch lathe. Website is woodturnerswonders.com.
Welcome to Premier Gauges. Thank you for coming back this year. We've got the tools that measure wall thicknesses in turnings. We measure things for the bottom, and our new tool down here is one requested by a buyer, which extends the ability to do measurements of wall thickness in hollow vessels just a bit longer than some people do. So welcome and thank you for coming.
Yeah, hi, I'm Kevin from One Way Manufacturing, and this is Carl from our new marketing director. And
so we've had the good fortune to be able to meet with the team here at SWAT, and we're happy to announce that we're going to be in a long-term commitment with SWAT. We really like what's done here. We really like this group. We really like what they do for the turning community, and we're looking forward to a really long-term relationship. And thank you very much for the opportunity. Come see us.
Who loves the skew chisel? Is it a tool that everyone loves, right? Yeah. If you don't like it, get out of here. I don't accept it. I don't accept it. No.
Just make a peeling cut so that you're actually accounting for the metal resting on the cylinder. If we can do that, we'll small bead here. A lot of finger control. We're doing well in life.
Lunchtime. Now, while you're being entertained by watching everybody else eat and the fact that YouTube just really hates these event-style videos, how about a quick word from this video's sponsor? That'd be me. Sanding pads are kind of ubiquitous necessity in our craft, it seems like, especially if you sand like me. A lot of power sanders will go through all the grits and stuff like that, but then they need a hand sanding resource to touch, fine corners and create a nice edge. Or if you want to do slight reshaping with the cutting edge of a sanding pad, having 4 different grits quickly available just is an extreme convenience. Even if you're just using it for organization, wanting to rip it off, fold it, get it in corners, and then put it back on. Just having this by your lathe is really nice. The problem I've always found is that they're kind of disposable. They don't last very long, and they break down pretty quickly. A lot of times they don't. They kind of roll edges a little bit more. So over the past 4 years, I've been working on design myself. These are made out of extremely thick leather. Almost too stiff when you first get it, but over time, if you use it like me, it breaks down to the perfect rigidity so that it will conform to the inside of concave bowls. You can work convex bowls. You can get nice crisp edges, or you can round things over, all with the various grits really quick. I call it the MakePretty because this is kind of the last step you use. Even if you're a power sander, you always want to take hand sandpaper and go with the grain at the last grit to make sure that everything is just perfectly. These are designed to work with 3-inch sanding disc instead of around 3-inch sanding disc, meaning they're slightly smaller than 3 inches, which means that if you want a nice safety edge, you can get it right up to the edge and put the leather on the wood as you're going around it. It won't kind of burn it or anything like that. But if you're like me, a lot of times you want to have a little rounding over on the edges when you're getting stuff in so it doesn't affect anything else. So having it slightly smaller is an effect. Plus the fact that having it set off, because most of your sanding power is up here, allows you to rotate around and use more of the paper instead of just wasting it on that kind of stuff. Because a lot of times you get that little ring right there where you can position that ring around. So to help subsidize these videos, I'm starting to come out with my own line of products. And the very first one, the one I've been working on for so long, is a sanding pad. I call it the MakePretty. In it, you'll be getting a sampling of the disc, the grits I use, and some little knickknacks and stuff like that.
Right after lunch is never a good time to do a demonstration. White oak platters. Why would we say white oak platters? In my career, I made a lot of things. I always played a game. I played the art game.
A tree here. There we go. Nothing to it. You can see there's a little piece of the bark that's still left and just chainsaw squared. Just a straight grain. Here's the center of the tree.
Okay, we all know that I love small boxes. And Alan Lacer these past few years has been bringing in his collection of small boxes that he did for the year. You know, really well designed, really well done. I've always liked, or these past few years I've commented how he does these bottoms with these kind of scoops out with 3 legs. That means that they are going to sit flat no matter how they do it, because you know you got a tripod right here. But he did a box this year that took me quite a bit of time, and I'm not sure I'm right about this, okay? But I want you to look at this texturing. Can you see that? Looks kind of like an ostrich skin. How did he do that? Because it's random bumps that come out from the wood. And I've been thinking about it for a long time. And the only thing I can think of is he turned that wet. But before he wetted it, he took a little punch and indented the wood. So he dented the wood in, okay? Then he turned it round so all those dents disappeared, and then you wet it. And the wood that is compressed down from you denting it in swells back up and gives you this ostrich skinning. The only reason I say that one is because the wood underneath the ostrich skin isn't as polished as some of the other ones, which that would make sense if you just wet wood and let it dry before you put the finish on. Because that's an old technique that shipwrights used to use to make caulk between this on the boats. When they put boards right here, they would compress the wood down the middle, plane out that dent, and then whenever the seawater or something came in, that interior wood that got smushed down swelled back up. That's how you created caulk. That's where that term comes from. Because truly, I do not know how he did that. That's my best guess. Anybody out there have any idea how he did it? Because it's a really cool effect, creating an ostrich skin on wood. As always, small box makers do some of the most creative things. I just love it. Okay, Zach Rubin. This is creative, okay? It is just a flat sawn box, okay? But when I came up to it, the lid was kind of propped like this. I was thinking about it. I looked at it. So I picked up the lid, and there's one cutout right here. But the lid has 2 little sections, right? So I came over, and I go, well, how does this work? It just doesn't fit. But then you quint over here, and it fits on one side. Just one side fits down that thing. What it is you take the lid, you pop it on sideways, and you twist it. But because he did a slight kind of angle on the inside, it cams itself solid. So you can actually secure your box tight, airtight for storage. Isn't that not clever? I like that. Pretty cool. Tom Kinney. He turned a really nicely shaped vase. I can really appreciate it. Nicely weighted and stuff like that. But what I want to draw attention to, which really impressed me, is this finial. You know, I've seen the ribbon effect done on it. You drill a hole, you carve it around. Really cool setup. But inlaying a brass finial inside that, one that you obviously turned on the lathe because it uses the same techniques. Oh, well, that's cool. Getting that tenon just perfect on the interior of it, really classy. I like that. I want to steal that idea. Okay, check out this figurine by Jude. I'm going to mispronounce this. I apologize. Limoni. What I really appreciate is the laminate you did to create the effect of the dress. Really well done. Perfectly balanced. And then you matched your turning so it looked appropriate. I like that. Well done. Pete Copeland. I appreciate your vase, but what really makes this thing cool to me is I want you to look at the inlay right here. You see how the white is recessed? He's actually got this in layers to give you that stained glass effect. See how it recesses down? You can slide your finger in that distance right there because that's clear. Is that not cool? Really well done. Gives it an original stained glass effect in my mind. I like that. Michael Anderson did this little mushroom, really nicely shaped, that kind of stuff. But what he did with the top of the mushroom, can you see that? The kind of spiral seashell effect and then the patchwork colors and the color choices he did with it, plus the finish, it's not semi-gloss or kind of eggshell, but just a little bit of light illumination off of it. That is so well done. I like that. Don Frank, he did this kind of hollow form on a ribbon. And it caused me a pause because I wasn't quite sure how he did that one. Because, you know, you're seeing sapwood right here, heartwood right here. You see the pith of the tree was down the center. He obviously hollowed it out. But to create this ribbon effect, that was driving me nuts. So I pulled out my flashlight, and sure enough, look at that. That is not a glue joint. That was one piece of wood from the top down to the bottom. He basically did a hollow form on the top, then did another hollow form on the bottom, and carved it all the way to create this ribbon effect. Is that not cool? I mean, that's well done. Deb Jones. This one caused me to sit and pause. I wanted to take a good look at it because I couldn't figure out how you did this interior rim that holds all the sections together. It looks like you glued it, but no. You wouldn't do anything like that. Until I turned it this way, and I saw that they're evenly spaced, and the sections down here were 90 degrees. So you did a really cool effect with the router on top, didn't you? Just doing the different segments as you went all the way around. Segmentation without segmentation, because that's one solid piece. I liked it. Annie Og, how you did this little display of all your miniatures. I mean, the miniatures are cool, but the display is just super classy. I really like that. Roland Gardner, this little square platter bowl you did, fruit bowl, it's one of the better examples I've seen of that one. But what really, truly impressed me is when you get down on it and you see the light reflection. Look at how well he did that curvature. Great execution of skill. Well done. Brent Sobotico, or I'm sorry, I'm mispronouncing that one. I've been poring over this little instrument of yours. I'm really curious how it plays. I mean, this is kind of cool, and I like the inlay that you did. It's very much it's a guitar inlay, but how does this thing sound? Told you I was a fan of boxes, but check out this. That's cactus. Cactus! How cool of using a new material, or at least I haven't seen cactus used like this. It's always done in acrylic or something. But just raw cactus or dried cactus. That's just cool. Well done, Charles Schrock. Check out these segmented pieces by Leonard Fish. Normally, when we do segmentations, we just kind of glue them all together. But look at each one of his. That is a joint, and if you look through the board, that joint goes all the way through. So he joined these together instead of just gluing them. Well done. James Duxbury, you have a very nice display of a lot of vases. These ones that are going all the way through like that, really cool. But what really impressed me was the solid white one you did. Just the proportions, the design, everything about that one I appreciate. I can see why it's already sold. Well done. Gary Rock, this little urn you did, everything about that, from how you did the carving to the recess to the finish, I can appreciate it. I mean, it's really well done. I like it. Even how you did the finial, how it's not these teardrops, but it's kind of those balls on top. Really well done. Dan Fliger, you called it a football box. Really attracted my eye when I first saw it because of the shape. I looked at the title, couldn't figure out the title until I pulled the box top off and saw it was a tiny football. I like that. But what really impressed me was when I figured out that somebody had put your box top on backwards, and then when I set it down, how well you grain matched that top. Is that not well done? Kind of curious how you did that one. Yet another box that jumped up at my eye. I really like the finish on top. I really like the starfish, the interior shaping, everything about it. And then I looked down, who did it? Sally Alt. Of course it was Sally Alt. Obviously, that's her work. Awesome job. And Steve, I'm going to mispronounce your last name, Minette. Your hammered copper tops. I really like that idea. That turned out so nicely. Dwayne Watt, you're designed for an angel. I could really see that selling well in some of the art markets I work. I like it. Very well done. Okay, right when you walked into the instant gallery, the first big piece you saw was this section by Jerry Bennett. I want us to take a closer look at it. The design is like a cello. You see the base of the cello, these are the strings coming all the way up, and then you have the tuning keys up top. Really clever design. But let's look at the execution, okay? Okay, my camera is not picking this up, so I'm going to show you in another piece, okay? I want you to look at these curves, these individual sections. Can you see that? I'm trying to get it focused. See the joint lines? I couldn't figure out how he did it. I was told by somebody that he has run wires for the shape, and then he turned little beads with a hole to go over the wires, and then he glued them all together and shaped them to create these undulations. Is that not cool? I mean, it's jointed to these other sections like that. Look at all these. All of them done the same. Is that not cool? Freddie Hicks, he bought a really nice collection of stuff. I really appreciate the metal inlay work right there and all that. But this centerpiece right here, that thing is just so well balanced as an art piece. I really like that. The proportions, everything about that just struck me as something a step above everything else I've seen in the collection. I like that. Deborah Ness, I just got to come back to this piece right here. This urn you kind of turned into the side of a piece, took out the center section and put another one on the inside. It's such a clever idea. I really do like that. Ellen Starr, your jewelry pieces. They are just so exquisitely done, but this one right here, the little cherry petals, I guess that's a cherry petal, And I'm assuming that piece right there was turned out of a much larger piece. Maybe you made a bunch of versions of these, and such micro turnings on that one. That one right there really jumped out at me. But these other ones, still really exquisitely done. I like it. Sure wish I could spend more going over the details of these, but I want to get to the last class of the day, and they're going to lock this place up pretty soon. But there's always next year, huh? What a SWAT. Great year this year. I'm kind of glad I got to see a few classes this time. After the show's already over, I'm about to drive home. The classes I got to see Matt Monaco, a really talented wood turner, and evidently he teaches a lot of classes all over the country. He said he tried to do the math, and he probably teaches more woodworking classes, wood turning classes than anybody in the country. Personality-wise, I really think he's a descendant of Robin Williams. I've never seen somebody that can throw little quick jokes out there in the middle of something and talk that fast. Then after lunch, which was great, I got to sit down with nice people, got to listen to all the classes that they took. I went to see Mike Mahoney, and he did his platter demonstration, which really informed me about a few things. I like the fact that it kind of reinforces some of the techniques that I've been experimenting with how to explain, and I can kind of use how both he and Matt Monaco explain stuff in the way I do things. And then after that, I took sat in on Lyle Jameson's. He did his hollow forming demonstrations, kind of the basics of hollow forming. And he too likes to start them between centers because it does give you a lot more control. You know, centers, you can kind of position the box however you want. And that was my SWAT this year. Fun event, long day, lots of driving, getting ready to head home. But man, I'm telling you, the free stuff, the vendor area and the instant gallery, worth it every year. If you didn't make it this year, hopefully you'll come out next year. Y'all be safe, have fun, and remember, it's always worth the effort to learn, create stuff, and share it with others.